A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. MESA, Arizona. As the presidential election approaches on November 5th, Arizona stands at a crossroads. The state's economy, by many measures, is flourishing. Job opportunities are abundant, and major tech companies like TSMC and Google have significantly expanded their presence in the Phoenix area. In fact, Maricopa County, which encompasses cities such as Phoenix, Mesa, and Chandler, has reported the largest percentage of job gains of any major county in the U.S. this year, according to the Labor Department. However, despite these promising statistics, many voters in Arizona feel a stark disconnect between the economic data and their daily realities. Rising housing costs, soaring grocery prices, and the lingering impacts of inflation have left a significant portion of the population feeling disillusioned and frustrated. In interviews with voters and economic experts, a clear narrative emerges. The booming job market is overshadowed by skyrocketing housing prices. Since 2016, home prices in Maricopa County have nearly doubled, with many residents feeling that homeownership is slipping further out of reach. Glenn Farley, the Director of Policy and Research at the nonprofit Common Sense Institute Arizona, notes that voters are increasingly comparing their current financial struggles to those of previous generations. Many voters see home prices and 30-year mortgage rates and compare that to the experience of their parents and grandparents and say, "I'm never going to own a home," Farley stated. This sentiment is echoed across the political spectrum, with voters expressing frustration over the lack of concrete plans from both Democratic candidate Kamala Harris and Republican candidate Donald Trump to address these pressing issues. Harris has made pledges to offer $25,000 for first-time homebuyers and tax breaks for new parents, while Trump's campaign emphasizes mass deportations of undocumented migrants as a means to free up housing and create job opportunities through higher tariffs. Yet, many voters feel these proposals do not adequately address their immediate concerns regarding affordability and rising costs. When it comes to helping the citizen, helping a guy that's got to go to work every day to provide for their family, "I'm not hearing too much about it," lamented Abel Ramirez, a 32-year-old Apache Junction resident who is struggling to find a suitable home for his growing family. Ramirez, who voted for Trump in 2020, is now contemplating sitting out this election due to the lack of focus on issues that matter to him and his community. The economic landscape in Arizona is further complicated by a broader national sentiment. A recent poll conducted by the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs revealed that nearly 60% of Americans describe their personal economic situation as good, yet 70% believe the country is on the wrong track. John Akers, a 34-year-old business owner, finds himself in a fortunate position, having seen his high-end audiovisual business thrive. However, he is acutely aware of the struggles faced by his family and friends, many of whom are considering leaving Arizona in search of more affordable housing. The political conversation is too often pitting the middle class against each other, and there's been too little focus on the issues that matter, like inflation and housing costs, Akers remarked. The housing crisis in Arizona is not just a statistical anomaly. It represents a significant shift in how residents perceive their economic futures. Trevor Cowling, a 28-year-old homeowner, shared his own experience of purchasing a 1,500 square foot home for $225,000 with a favorable interest rate of 3.1%. While he and his wife are now a family of 5, they find themselves unable to move to a larger home due to the current market conditions. Cowling expressed concern that if he were to buy his home today, the monthly mortgage payments would exceed his current earnings. The juxtaposition of a thriving job market against the backdrop of rising living costs creates a complex narrative for Arizonans as they head to the polls. Many voters are left wondering if the promises made by candidates will translate into tangible relief for the middle class. With both Harris and Trump vying for the support of Arizona voters, the question remains: will they address the real economic concerns of the electorate, or will they continue to focus on divisive social issues that detract from the pressing need for affordable housing and economic stability? As Election Day approaches, the eyes of the nation are on Arizona, a state that embodies the duality of American prosperity and the challenges facing its citizens. The outcome here could very well shape the future of the country, as voters navigate their choices amidst a landscape of economic uncertainty and political promises. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.